We saw rookie minicamp over the weekend. A lot of standouts. Specifically, what I was looking at was the undrafted free agents. Obviously, we're going to see Will Campbell. We're going to see Kyle Williams come August and make this team. But kind of who is going to make this team from the undrafted free agents? Well, I have 4 of them that we're going to get into in today's video. But before we do that, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We'll have a video coming out later this week on the Patriots schedule release. Yes, we'll know exactly the dates of who the Patriots are playing and then which bye week they will have. So make sure you hit that big red sub button and also turn on your notifications. Okay, so we have 4 guys that I think that could make the Patriots roster. 4 undrafted free agents that I think could make this roster. A little foreshadowing here. That's Lan Larison and CJ Dippre. Not surprising you just yet, but let's take a look at just the undrafted free agents that we have. I'm going to go through these really quickly. Cam Riley, Brandon Crossley, Demir Blanku, I can't pronounce that last name, Lan Larison, Efton Chism, that's the big one on the list, Jeremiah Webb, Ben Woodridge, I think he could make the roster, CJ Dippre, Elijah Ponder with the edge rusher, Brock Lampy plays running back, could play fullback and tight end. We saw him in multiple positions over the weekend in minicamp. Jordan Polk, Cole Burdo, G. Scott, Jack Conley, Jack Minkins, Wilfred Penny, Hector Johnson, Dwayne Martin, and Bryce Gannis. Now, that is a ton. I had to read those off quickly. But a lot of these guys, they're just coming in for rookie minicamp. They're trying to show themselves, see what type of player they can be in the NFL. But obviously, you only have 53 spots on this roster. And there's one thing that about the Patriots' history that we've known is they love undrafted free agents. Except for back in 2023, the last 20 out of 21 seasons, at least one undrafted free agent has made the initial 53-man roster. So every single year, one person. Last season, that was Del Pettis, the defensive back. Now, there's also guys that make an impact on a team. Just because you didn't get drafted doesn't mean you're not an NFL talent. And we've seen with the Patriots history that there are tons of undrafted free agents that we've seen make this team and start. Malcolm Butler was the best cornerback in the league back in 2015. David Andrews, just veteran center. I know we just had to get rid of him. J.C. Jackson and Jonathan Jones, both at solid corner. So you see those 4 names. You see all 4 of them. And you know, just because you're an undrafted free agent does not mean that you're not going to make the team, does not mean that you're not going to be that guy in the NFL. You make your name known minicamp, and then you make your name known in the preseason later into the regular season once you make that initial roster. And we've got 4 people, and the first one I'm going to be talking about, and wide receiver is a big conversation throughout the Patriots, and it's Efton Chism III, wide receiver out of Eastern Washington State. And this guy, he's been projected as probably the top guy next to Larison to make this roster. He's an unbelievable wide receiver. He's undersized, I'll say the least, 5'10", 193 pounds. But look at that, 2024, 120 catches, 1,300 yards. And a lot of people have been comparing him specifically to the other wide receiver that we saw play for Eastern Washington, and that was Cooper Kupp. He broke Cooper Kupp's records, all of them. So you know this guy has talent. And you know throughout the Patriots' history, they love their small wide receivers. Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, Wes Welker. We know all about that. You know, every single person that they love that 5'10" wide receiver that can go out and be that slot guy. And Efton Chism, I think he could be that guy. He was talking about it. His coach was talking about him playing in the bowl game. And Aaron Best, he said this about Efton Chism. He catches everything. He's a student of the game. Understands spatial awareness, is dynamic in tight spaces, a tough tackle. He's one of those guys where he doesn't have long speed, but he can hit home runs, whether they're out of the park home runs or inside the park home runs. They all count the same. And you guys heard me. His player comp is that's his guy that's played for the same place, Cooper Kupp. And I think that maybe Efton Chism could be Cooper Kupp. He's got the talent. He has the quickness. He's not your downhill speed runner, but coming off the line of scrimmage, he's going to make quick moves and quick speed. And you want that guy that can go across the middle that can be with Drake May. I mean, 120 catches, guys, in one season. I know you're playing for a small school in Eastern Washington, but 100. I'm not going to take that I'm not going to take that lightly. And the Patriots, they really, and I mean really, wanted Efton Chism. They gave him a ton of money. And I look at that and I'm like, okay, an undrafted free agent getting a ton of money. They obviously see something in him. They had to outbid, I think it was Sean Payton, to try to get Efton Chism. He's getting $234K in guaranteed salary. So even if he doesn't make the team, he's still getting that much money. Highest paid undrafted free agent. He's getting more than any seventh round pick. So Kobe Minor, yeah, you're getting more money. Or he's getting more money than Kobe Minor. Now, I really don't know if Efton Chism is going to make the roster. I think he can, but it's just not. It's not going to be easy. We talked about a Gabe Davis video, and half the comments were like, we have these wide receivers. Why do we need more? There's 9 of them on the roster at this moment, and if you add every single one of the undrafted free agents, that goes over 9. And if you take a look at the wide receiver depth chart, I just don't know where you would put Efton Chism. Stephon Diggs is number 1. Pop Douglas as your slot. Kyle Williams, number 2. You still have Kendrick Bourne, Kayshon Boutte. Jalen Polk is not going away after 1 year. Javon Baker's not going away. And then you signed Matt Collins as that guy. You signed Matt Collins as your deep threat. So where does Efton Chism fit on this roster? Now, if he outperforms half of these guys in preseason, I could see him making. I definitely could see him making this roster come 2025 season. I hope he does. I love seeing those small guys, those small wide receivers just make the roster, and they always just fit in that Patriots system. Sticking with the offense, we're going to go with the tight end, CJ Dippre, out of Alabama. And he's not really your type of dude that is going to be, oh my God, this guy jumps off the charts on catches like a Rob Gronkowski. But if you look at this depth chart, I mean, Jaheim Bell, I always like to go with three tight ends on the roster, and CJ Dippre just has that size. He absolutely has that size. That tight end 3 spot's wide open. Jaheim Bell did not play a lot of reps in 2024. So if he shows that you can be in that type of environment, if you can show that you are a tight end 3, because you're not going to take Hunter Henry's job, you're not going to take Austin Hooper's job, that could be a very possibility. And Josh McDaniels loves, and I mean absolutely loves, blocking tight ends. He always loves a guy that can get on the line of scrimmage and block. And here's a little tidbit for you guys. In 13 years, McDaniels coached as the offensive coordinator or just an assistant, whatever he did with the Patriots. In the 13 years that he's coached in New England, the Patriots were top 10 in rushing attempts in 10 of them. He wants a blocking tight end. And CJ Dippre is one of those guys that could be it. I mean, look at the size of this man. Like, if you get him on an NFL diet and you get him a lot more muscle on him, that could be one of the largest tight ends in the NFL. And if you look at his PFF grades, I'm looking right there at that run block. It's above that 50% line. You could see it right there, 64.8. Josh McDaniels absolutely wants a blocking tight end. And I think CJ Dippre could easily jump Jaheim Bell as that tight end 3. So I'm going to ask you guys, who do you want to see as your third string tight end? There's going to be 3 on this roster. Do you want Jaheim Bell or do you want CJ Dippre? Type JB for Bell, type CJ for CJ Dippre. We got more UDFAs to go to make this roster. 2 more to be exact, and a little bonus one for you guys. But first, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Fanatics. You can get your Will Campbell jersey. That number 66 is going to come at you real quick, and you saw it. If you're following me on Twitter, you see some of those videos of him going down. I know it's doesn't have the longest arms, but he's got strength. And you can rep him today. Get your jersey. Chatsports.com/Will Campbell. If you don't want to type it out all in the comments section, we'll put it in the description and the comments of today's video. So make sure you go and get your jersey. I already have enough Patriots jerseys. I don't want to. I'm gonna buy one anyway, but you got to get one. Next one, going with the offensive lineman like Will Campbell. And Will Campbell spent the whole entire time during minicamp at left tackle. So I'm going with the guard, Jack Conley, as someone who could make this roster. And they have a connection, Doug Marrone with Boston College. And just look at his size. 6'6", 327 pounds at a Boston College. His PF grade wasn't the best, but 1 sack, 12 games played, so he stays healthy. And 1 sack allowed is where I really look at this. But if you look at this offensive line, the Patriots, they need a guard. They need a guard. And the one thing about Jack Conley is you could plop him on any single spot except for center on this depth chart. He has a lot of depth with his college career. You want to play him at right tackle? That's a possibility. You want to play him at guard, left tackle? Because throughout his career, he's played 4 spots on the offensive line. In 2022, he played left tackle. He played right guard. He played right tackle. In 2023, right guard and right tackle. And in 2024, they shot him in at right guard. So I truly believe with his ability and some of the, with just how he is as an offensive lineman, where it's just versatile. And you could see it in the run blocking grade and the pass blocking grade. And just, he's a very sound football IQ mentality because he only has 1 sack allowed and 2 penalties on the season. He's not going to pick up a lot of holding calls. I think with his versatility and the ability that you could put him anywhere, if someone gets hurt, if the left tackle gets hurt, if Mike Owenu gets hurt, your offensive guard gets hurt, you could plop him in any single place. This gives him an advantage to make the roster because the Patriots see that. You could even keep him on the practice squad and just wait because I can tell you right now, someone is going to get hurt like they always do. I think Jack Conley is an absolute, I would probably put him as one of the best options just because you could place him absolutely anywhere. I wanted to go with another offensive man to make the roster, but I had to go defense, and we're going with Elijah Ponder. And I really, really, really enjoy Elijah Ponder as a football player because this man is just an absolute athlete. Comes from Cal Poly. I know it's not the biggest school, but 6'2", 257 pounds. He had a good 2024 season, 14 QB hits, 7 sacks, but this man is just an absolute athlete. I mean, when you take a look at the relative athletic score, it just pops off the charts. For a guy that went undrafted and has a relative athletic score of just a 97 percentile, I mean, he is quick. 20-yard split, 10-yard split. His shuttle is incredible. Vertical jump, broad jump. The only thing that people look at him is like his height and his weight. But if you're a true athlete, I don't think any of that shit matters. 24 hurries. PFF grade of 72.7. He is a true pass rusher. And if I'm the Patriots, I can never have too many pass rushers. I'll take 7 on the roster. If you can get to the quarterback, I'm going to enjoy that. I'm absolutely going to enjoy that. And that goes to my saying of you can never have too many pass rushers. Yeah, well, you were dead last. Absolutely dead last in sacks in 2024. 28 of them. You got to be better, man. You have to be better. And with the Patriots kind of getting Terrell Williams, who runs a 4-3 type defense. Ponder played in a 4-3 type defense in college, so he fits. So I think that Ponder would be a great fit for this type of defense. You add some more depth to the edge rushers, and honestly, you kind of have to at this point just to get as many edge rushers as you could possibly can, because I don't want another season with 28. Do not want another season with 28 sacks. Last one, bonus. You saw him at the beginning of the video in the picture. Lan Larison. I mean, this guy is just your Rex Burkhead type player. He's also wearing 34, 284 carries, 1,464 yards, 17 touchdowns. I think he's going to make the roster. Just have 4 running backs on on the depth chart. I think he's going to be one of them come August. You heard my 4 and then a little bonus 5. Name a UDFA that you guys want to see make the roster. If it isn't one of the 4 I said, or if it is one of the 4 I said, or 5. Lan Larison counts as one of them. Put it down in the comment section of today's video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Got the schedule coming out in just a few days, so if you want to get all the details and all the analysis on it, you want to hit that big red sub button. And follow me on Twitter, at the Real Alper on both. You can get me on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm in a bunch of Patriots group chats, talking Patriots all the time. Great. I'd say I'm a great follow. So go ahead. Hit me up on there if you want to talk some Pats. And as always, let's go Patriots.